big hand is heading for 6 o'clock. But before it does, it's time we play Baton Rouge, the game show made in your backyard with people that may have been in your backyard. And now the star of We Play Baton Rouge, Pat Shingleton.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to We Play Baton Rouge. Great to have you with us again on Saturday nights here at 5:30 on TV2. And coming in the door just now, somebody handed me a letter to mail, and I noticed on the letter there was a stamp, and it was 20-cent stamp. And I said to Nick, I said, gee, Nick, 20 cents for the stamp. And Nick says, yeah, 2 cents for the stamp, 18 cents for the storage of the stamp. You see, it's Postal night. It's Postal night. It's Postal Workers Night here on We Play Baton Rouge. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But let's explain the rules of the game. Now, here's how we play, folks. The object is to get that contestants to the studios of TV2 first. And here's how the contestant can do it. We'll randomly offer a bunch of categories up here. And when that particular thing stops, you'll see, for example, buildings, music, and people. At that particular time, I'll ask a question corresponding to the category that they select. Then they'll move across a series of well-known Baton Rouge streets, such as Jefferson Highway, and College, and Acadian, and Park. But if they happen to miss that question, you're going to hear this sound. Hear that buzzer? That means you missed the question. So the contestant, the other contestant, has the opportunity of either taking that question or going back to the game board for another one. So you can move across east, over Highland, to the studios of TV2. And on this side, it's Perkins, Lee, Stanford, Dalrymple, and Texas Street. As I told you before, the Postal Workers are with us tonight. And here is Gary King with the introduction of our contestants. Gary.
Here now is Carol DeVilliers. Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Playboy, watching the grass grow and watching his favorite movie over and over, Bedtime for Bonzo, starring his favorite actor, Ron Reagan. Carol plays second base for the Plaquemine Little League. Carol DeVilliers.
You're playing second base for the Plaquemine Little League now. That's right. Hey, now let me ask this question. Is it true, I just want to know, is it true that Kenny's Shoes and the Postal Workers have something in common? They told me they have something in common. They don't? Oh. They said that, see, they both have a bunch of loafers working there. No. I'm just kidding.
No.
Don't spook. No? Okay. How you been doing, though?
Doing great.
Okay, now listen, I don't know if you know this other contestant coming up here, but boy, he is something else. And once again, here's Gary King with the introduction of our second contestant. Gary?
Our second postal worker tonight, Pat, is Harry Vircher. Harry enjoys window shopping with his aunts and uncles, mud wrestling, and imitating Shemp from the Three Stooges. He's the pride of Supple Street in Plaquemine, Harry Vircher.
The pride of what street? All right. Hey, Harry, now, is it true that over there in Plaquemine they changed the classifications of mail? It's now first class, second class, and nobody lives that long. No, we really enjoy the job you guys are doing, especially in the Post Department, because I know I got a letter that came down to Little Rock one day, and I said, how come I was so long getting here? And they said, well, we had to kick it the rest of the way. Just kidding. Listen, we start our game with a coin toss, and then we toss those categories around. We're going to be back with a coin toss and the start of We Play Baton Rouge, but first, these messages.
Stay tuned for more as we move into round one of We Play Baton Rouge. If you'd like to see WePlay Baton Rouge in person, give us a holler at 925-8295 and we'll accommodate you and your group. The WePlay Baton Rouge audience always receives the WePlay Baton Rouge brick that takes the frustration out of watching TV. And now here's Pat Shingleton with more of WePlay Baton Rouge.
Thank you very much, Gary King. Thank you. Hey, as we mentioned, Carol DeVilliers going against Harry Verscher, and they just said that their favorite song is Return to Sender. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and flip the coin. Why don't you call heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, Harry, let's see what it is. Heads it is. Now, you have the option of taking the first question or starting here. What would you like to do?
I'll take the first question.
You're going to get the first question. You're okay right here, aren't you, Carol? Okay. Hey, listen, don't open your mail yet because it's time for round one of WePlay Baton Rouge. Let's go get it. All right. All right, Harry, you're up. You're heading for your first street, which is Jefferson. We'll run those categories around for you right now. When they stop, you get to pick the category. I get to give you the question. Sports, television, and history.
I'll take sports.
He likes sports, and he will get sports. Here's the question. Harry, the Brown Bomber is the nickname given to which heavyweight boxing champion who died in 1981?
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis is right. You have Jefferson. All right. It's back now over to Carol, looking for Perkins, scrambling the categories. Take a look, see what you like as we continue to mix and scramble inventions, buildings, and the mix bag.
I'll try the mixed bag.
All right, let's see what that mix bag has. The mix bag, another nickname for my wife. Okay, under mix bag, here we... Just kidding, Carol, just kidding. Celebrations during Mardi Gras involve parades and other festivities prior to the beginning of Lent. How many days are there in Lent?
30 days?
I'm sorry, incorrect. Back over to you, Harry. You can take this question, or it's back to the game board for another category.
I'll take that question.
Okay, once again, celebrations during Mardi Gras involve parades and other festivities prior to the beginning of Lent. The question is, how many days are there in Lent?
40 days.
40 days. You have college. All right. Once again, it's back over to Carol. Certainly not out of this game. You're looking for your first street. Perkins, we'll run the categories around again for you. Well, let's see what pops up now this time. Louisiana, people, and sports.
I'll take sports.
All right, here goes sports. Sports it is. Here's the question. They have called him nasty. This Romanian tennis star is as successful as he is controversial. He has, to his credit, the U.S. Indoor Championship, the U.S. Open, the Pepsi Grand Slam, and the Challenge Cup, to list just a handful of the tournament wins. Can you name this man that they call nasty?
Ili Nastasi?
That's right, it's Ili Nastasi. You know, a lot of times it's difficult because you have right on the tip of your tongue, you know the answer, but because of the lights, the cameras, the kids over here saying, hey, get off the set, you know. But Ili Nastasi was the answer. You're now heading for Lee. It's back over and out of Harry. He's on college looking for Acadian. Let's run those categories around again for you and see what happens here. Here we find Louisiana, people, and sports.
I'll try sports again.
You sure you want sports?
Sure, I want
Sports
sports.
it is. Here is the question for you. Candlestick Park is in California, Harry. Name one of the teams that play in this famous park.
The Giants.
That's exactly right. San Francisco Giants. You've got Acadian. All right, it's back over to you, Carol. You're on Perkins. You're heading for Lee. And let's go ahead and run them around again and mix them up and see what happens as we continue with sports, television, and history. And I wonder what category Carol DeVilliers is going to pick.
I'll take sports.
Television it is. Under sports, here is your question. More than 20 years after he began with the Chicago Bears in 1949, he was performing game-winning miracles for the Oakland Raiders with last-minute touchdown passes and field goals. He's a unique man. Can you name this man for Lee Drive?
George Blanda.
George Blanda is right, and you're on Lee. Okay, Carol, you're on Lee, heading for Stanford. You're on Acadia, and Harry heading for Park. And we're heading right now, folks, for a few commercial messages. We'll be right back with more We Play Baton Rouge, but first this. Baton Rouge. Now, Carol DeVilliers on lead drive. He's heading for Stanford. And Harry, you're on Acadian heading for Park, and you had mentioned that the many times you've delivered mail on Stanford, at least 7 dogs have bitten you in the leg. Is that right, Carol?
I go nowhere else without my dog spray.
Okay, we'll use that on my wife a little bit later. All right, now, as I remember, it is your turn. Is that correct?
No, it's my turn.
Well, okay, that's what happens when we play Baton Rouge. We try to cheat a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, Richard would be mad about that. You're on Acadian, Harry. You're heading for Park. Let's scramble those categories, mix them up, and see what happens this time as we move into round 2 of We Play Baton Rouge. Sports is up there, so is television, so is history. And which one would you like?
I'm going to try sports again.
Okay, sounds like he wants to try sports again. Here is the question under sports. 150,000 people, Harry, went to his funeral in Buenos Aires right after Oscar Bonavena was shot in May of 1976. What sport was Oscar Bonavena a champion in?
Car racing?
I'm sorry, incorrect. You can take this question here, Carol, where it's back to the game board where we'll give you another one.
I'll go back to the board.
Back to the board. He was a boxer. Oscar Bonavena was a boxer and was killed May of 1976. Okay, it's back to the game board. Let's scramble them around, mix them up, and what have we got this time? Inventions, buildings, and something always in your mailbag, the mix bag. You never know what may be in the mix bag.
Give me the mix bag.
Okay, you got the mix bag. Here is the question on the mix bag. Under mix bag, according to the comprehensive plan for Baton Rouge, what boulevard in Baton Rouge will continue as the most important commercial center in the capital city? Is it Sherwood Forest, Florida, Government, or Essen?
Florida Boulevard.
That's right. You have Stanford. Okay. I'll tell you what, as busy as Sherwood Forest is getting to be and as big as they're growing, that may be changing in years to come. It's back over to you, Harry. Locked in, tied up, both of you at 3 streets, heading for the 4th. Let's mix those categories again and scramble them up. Here we find inventions, buildings, mixed bag, and no sports.
I'll try a mixed bag.
Okay, let's see what we have this time under mixed bag. Here's the question. Name the brand of cigarettes that Humphrey Bogart smoked in most of his movies?
Lucky Strike.
I'll tell you what, incorrect answer. Now, you can take this question or head back to the game board.
Going back to the board.
Okay, you'd like to take the question. No, here's the answer. Name of the brand of cigarettes that Humphrey Bogart smoked. It was Chesterfields. Play it again, Tram. Chesterfields is what he smoked. It's back to you. Let's scramble the categories as you head for Dalrymple. Now sitting on Stanford, as we'll mix them up for you. We find universities, history, and music. And a cough.
I'll take history.
Okay, history. Here's what we have for you. Under history, here is the question. James Meredith was the first black to attend this university on November 1st, 1961. He made history because of this, Carol. Can you name this university?
Yale.
Yale? Did you say Yale?
Yes,
I'm
Yale.
sorry, incorrect. Back over to you, Carol. Harry, you can take the question or it's back to the game board.
I'll take the question.
Okay, once again, James Meredith was the first black to attend this university on November 1st, 1961. He made history because of this. Name the university for Park.
Ole Miss or University of Mississippi.
That's exactly right, University of Mississippi, and you have Park. Very good. Okay, heading back over here, Stanford, you're heading for Dalrymple. Let's mix them up again for you, Carol. Let's see what pops up. Did I say pops up? Pops up. Buildings, music, and people.
People.
Okay, under people, here's what we have. Under the people category. Hey, wait a second. There's a little guy underneath here. He keeps stealing the people cat. You want to give it to me? Thank you. Here we have the people. Okay, this ex-actor's 6 years as president of the Screen Actors Guild whetted his appetite for politics. Can you name now this famous actor?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is right. And you have Dalrymple. And you know what Ronald Reagan always says. When he comes back to watch Baton Rouge, we say, Ronald Reagan, do you watch Baton Rouge? And we play Baton Rouge. He says, well, we sure do. We'll be right back with more of We Play Baton Rouge. But first, these messages especially for you.
Right.
If you'd like to be a contestant on We Play Baton Rouge, all it takes is sending your name, address, phone number, and occupation to Pat Shingleton Productions, 619 Jefferson Highway, Baton Rouge, 70806. And now back to the game and Pat Shingleton.
Okay, Jerry King, thank you very much. When we left, it was Harry's turn. He's on Park. He's heading for East. Just 2 blocks to go. Carol, tied up, folks. He has 2 blocks to go. Let's go back to the game board, scramble the categories, and see what happens this time. It's your turn, Harry. And here we find inventions, buildings, and the mixed bag.
I'm going to go with mixed bags again.
All right, on the mixed bag, let's see what we have this time. Here's the question. His nickname was Mr. Television. This comedian debuted on TV in Chicago. Millions loved him in the 50s. Name him.
Milton Berle.
Uncle Milty is right. Milton Berle, you have East. Okay, on Dalrymple, looking for Texas Carol. Let's go ahead and run the categories around again and see what happens here as we continue to mix them up for you. Popping in a window is sports, television, and why should I even mention history? So what would you like to have?
I guess I'll try sports.
You better try sports. Billy, I think you ought to try sports. Stay away. Now, here's what we have under sports. Although the New Orleans Saints have never had a winning season, they have registered one all-time record. It was a 63-yard field goal to beat the Detroit Lions 19-17. For Texas Street, who kicked the field goal?
Dempsey.
Tom Dempsey is right. You're on Texas. Okay, back over to you, Harry. East Street, 1 block to go for you. Texas for Carol, 1 block there. Let's see what happens this time. We have inventions, we have buildings, and we have the mixed bag.
I'm going to try mixed bags again.
Okay, it's the mixed bag. Let's see what we have to offer under the mixed bag. This man and woman acting team appeared in Rio Grande, The Quiet Man, The Wings of Eagles, and McClintock. Now, we have to have both answers for both of these two, the man and woman acting team that appeared in these movies. Can you answer it, Harry?
I'll say John Wayne and
No? Back to you, Carol. You can take the question.
I'll go back to the board.
One of them was right. We needed 2. It was John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. John Wayne and Maureen. Well, you could have answered that one with maybe a lot of people because you know he's in many movies. Back to you, Carol. Let's scramble again. Yay! I got the ton of bricks. You see what happens here, folks, is if Pat messes up, God looks down and he says, Pat, behave yourself or you will get a ton of bricks. The Baton Rouge brick. Okay, now it is your turn, Carol. You're 1 block away from the studios at TV2. It's back to the game board. We'll mix them up for you. Let's see what happens this time. As they're moving around there and scrambling up, we find Louisiana, people, and sports.
I'll try sports.
Carol, listen, I got to ask something. Are you sure that you want sports? Okay, sports it is. And once again, just 1 more block, and you could be at the studios of TV2. In 1935, Carol, the first Sugar Bowl game was played between Tulane and what other team? Answer the question. Head over a Highland. You're the winner today, or it goes back to Harry.
Georgia.
I'm sorry, incorrect. Back to you, Harry. Take the question, or it's back to the game board.
I'll take the question.
In 1935, the first Sugar Bowl game was played between Tulane and what other team?
LSU.
Sorry, incorrect. Temple University. 1935, the first Sugar Bowl game played between Tulane and Temple. Back over to you. Still in this game, Carol. A breather there. Let's go back to the game board, scramble them around, and let you get another shot here at Highland Road University's history and music.
I'll try history.
Okay, let's see what we have this time under history. Here's the question. York is the name of a lone slave who accompanied a famous expedition from 1804 to 1806. Name this expedition, and you move over Highland.
Lewis and Clark expedition.
Did you say?
Lewis and Clark expedition.
That's right! You over Highland! Exactly right! How about that one, huh? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, it was Lewis and Clark. The lone slave was York, and he belonged to Lewis and Clark, and here's why I say that. How about that, huh? Okay, that's what you get. That's what you get when you win a game. Good game. I'll be right back to talk to you in a second. Harry, excellent. The sports categories, you guys really, really did well on those, especially with Tom Dempsey. The Tulane game against Temple, 1935, that was kind of a tough one.
Yeah.
But you played a good game. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. You always either go home a loser on WePlay. No, you never go home a loser on Baton Rouge. What we do is after the show, we line you up with a couple real voluptuous young ladies. But no, this is a family show. This is a family show. I was only kidding. We do have an excellent consolation prize for you. Once again, here is Gary King with your gift for today. Harry?
From WePlay Baton Rouge, our consolation prize is a night on the town. You'll receive the crowning touch with crown service from the Sheraton. 2 nights are yours as you and a guest enjoy the elegant taste the Sheraton Baton Rouge Hotel has to offer. And speaking of tastes, you'll also enjoy the Sunday brunch at Jacques, all from the Sheraton Baton Rouge Hotel and American International Travel. For all of your travel arrangements, contact American International. From here in Baton Rouge to wherever you want to be tomorrow.
Congratulations. We also have for you the WePlay Baton Rouge hat and a WePlay Baton Rouge shirt. Now listen, here's what you can do. You can wear this shirt when you're out there on the mail route, you see? Because what we have on these shirts is it's an animal retardant. The dogs will not bite you in the leg as long as you have the WePlay Baton Rouge shirt on. And even if they do bite, you just take the shirt off and kind of strangle them. Okay. Harry, how about a round of applause for Harry Mercer for today? All right, Carol. Excellent game, Ola. You headed right over Highland to the studios of TV2 as the winner today. And as our winner, once again, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to the Caribbean?
Never.
Me neither. I was in Cancun one time, but well, listen, if you ever get down there, tell everyone we said hello on WePlay Baton Rouge. But anyway, here is your prize tonight from our good friend Gary King. Gary, what do we have for Carol DeVilliers?
We're taking you to the book, the Wilson's book, because what America wants most costs less at Wilson's, and from the book you'll receive a new watch. Yes, this elegant timepiece from Andre Cheval has 17-jewel movement exquisitely designed in yellow tone, and to match this bracelet watch for her, a dress watch for him. Wilson surprises you again with this handsome Andre Cheval dress watch with black dial in yellow tone. Again, 17-jewel movement enhances this timepiece. It's all from Wilson's with showrooms conveniently located across the Sunbelt and at Cortana Mall and Village Square in Baton Rouge.
See, that way,
$333.95.
you already have a nice watch, but with this watch, you can make sure you get the letters in my mailbox on time. I'm just kidding. You guys did really well. Great having you with us. And we just wanted to mention that if you want to come back again and play WePlay Baton Rouge, forget it. No, I'll be glad to have you back. To our studio audience, thank you very, very much for being with us today. This is Pat Shingleton saying, hey, join us Saturdays, 5:30 on TV2 for WePlay Baton Rouge. And until the next time, whatever game you're playing, you play it the best you can. Bye-bye for now. More bread.
WePlay Baton Rouge is a Pat Shingleton production made in association with WBRZ TV2. Eyewitness News is up next, and join us next Saturday when...